So AOC gets on live the other day and posts about basically radicalizing the middle because middle doesn't care about immigrants or about minorities. So in order to do something about it, you are supposed to, I guess, vote Joe Biden?
Voting for Joe Biden is not about whether you agree with him. It's a vote to let our democracy live another day. That's what this is about. We need to act in solidarity and protection for the most vulnerable people in our society.
Burn that shit! Burn that
shit! Who have already experienced the violent repercussions of this administration. And the reason we need to do that is because, yes, the political middle is willing to sacrifice immigrants.
You know what the really sad part is? She so obviously doesn't believe what she's saying, and there are so many people who sincerely hang on to what she says as if it's anything but garbage. Guilting people, this is fear and manipulation, and guilting people into this idea that you're not the people responsible for the rioting and the 300% increase in crime. It's you, AOC, your party. That's why.
The political middle too often is willing to play both sides when someone dies to police violence. Absolutely. That's why we need to show up. We need to show up because if we don't show up, those people don't get protected. Because no one president
because of push for police defunding and this slandering of our policemen and women, crime has gone up in underserved communities. The communities that she's talking about who want police there to help when there is something going wrong. These white anarchists, anti-fascist morons are going into these communities, causing a pushback on police and making these people even more vulnerable before they even created a problem to get there in the first place. Aside from that, she then goes on to say this.
I'm sorry to tell you, you're not going back to brunch. We're not going back to brunch. That's not happening. I'm sorry to tell you, you're not going back to brunch. We're not going back to brunch. That's not happening.
Why? Why can't we go back to brunch? I've literally had brunch like once in 5 years. I don't even get to do that anymore. Why? We're not allowed to return to normalcy. We're not allowed to have life again, joy, happiness, joyous freedom. Why are we living in this existence that you find comforting that is clearly so, I can't think of a word, someone fill it in, just wretched? This isn't life. This is not America. This is your warped perception of some victimhood, communist socialism, elitist dictatorship by people who don't have brains. We gotta go back to normalcy. Something beautiful, something American. By the way, American is immigrants. American is diversity. People fight to get here, to live here, to be here, to exist in this type of freedom that doesn't happen anywhere else in the world. It's mind-boggling how lucky so many of us are and how many of us are taking it for granted. We have to speak up for our men and women in blue. We have to have people who have the honor of and dignity of wanting to serve our country and serve their communities going into the service. I think you get what I'm saying. The mob is nothing. Not the Italian mob, that might be something. I'm talking about the left-wing, blue-haired, yellow-haired. No offense, I have a friend with yellow hair. She's awesome, actually. She's probably mad at me for speaking out, but whatever. They just name call. They just bully. I don't know, at some point, probably fairly soon, some disparring, discrediting character piece is going to be written on me about what an awful human I am. It doesn't matter. This is what we go to war for. We go to war for our freedom at all costs. And I'm not saying get violent, and I'm not saying get riled up, just speak up at how silly things are. Have a conversation. Hey, you're really overreacting about something I've noticed that you might be upset. Is it something you want to communicate with me? Let's have a dialogue about it. That's an interesting fact. Can I offer you another fact? This is what I care about. You can do it. I know you can. We just got to do it. We just got to speak up.